Whew, girl, I'm looking fierce tonight. Let's get this show on the road. I have the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to be America's next drag superstar.
You're trying out for a different show.
Girl, what did I put these mother heels on for? Whew, it's a jungle in there. I just survived 39 days in my backyard and I think I'm ready.
Okay, let's roll.
I can outwit, outlast, outplay anyone you put up against me in this jungle.
I think you're auditioning for the wrong show again.
Damn, what show am I trying out for?
Face Off.
So then why do I do these crazy things? Why do I do this makeup? Why do I do this to myself? Because boy did it hurt when it came off. The reason I do this is because I love it. It's a passion. It really became a passion for me later in life, but it was a passion early in life too. I started doing makeup when I was younger, and I never realized what it meant to me until tragedy happened. And sometimes I think you have to go through a tragedy to realize what is important to you and what you're passionate about. So I was really young when I started doing makeup. I went to my grandparents all the time, and they had this great old house that just inspired me for some reason. I was drawn to this old house. It was amazing to me as a kid. I started doing makeup there and for Halloween and doing all these crazy things there and learning stuff, and I was never taught anything. I taught myself. I learned things. We didn't have the internet like we have now, and I kind of learned how to do these things on my own. I didn't have someone to teach me. Nobody where I grew up knew about makeup. It was not something that people did where I was from. I grew up in a very small town, so the access to something like what I do now was virtually non-existent. There was nothing. I mean, I taught myself everything I knew up until the point that I'm at right now. I kind of have what I would consider the first mentor I've ever had in my life right now, and that's been amazing because I've learned so much. It's, and it's all because of Face Off. So the show means a lot to me. Also because it's given me an outlet to actually make something of what I want to do. What really got me back into doing makeup later on in life was I had a partner that was a juvenile diabetic. He ended up going through dialysis, and he ended up getting a septic infection. And within 2 weeks of my 25th birthday, he passed away. And this is the tragedy that was in my life that kind of made me refocus and reinvigorate me to move forward in my life. He was so young, and I realized how fleeting life can be sometimes. And if you don't do what you're passionate about and what you love, it could be gone. So from that moment, I kind of began to get myself more involved in makeup because it was what made me happy. It was what made me enjoy life. It was artistic. It was fun. You could transform yourself into something that you totally weren't. So I really delved into the whole makeup world. I became obsessed with makeup. I became obsessed with the transformations that you could do, and I continued that. Then a year and a half later, I met someone new and amazing, and lo and behold, he actually was also into costuming and the transformations and making things like I like to do. You know, it was like we clicked in that regard. And so coming from the lowest point in my life to this new era in my life where I was able to create something with someone else was amazing. So, you know, once I saw the show, for the first season, I knew right away. I said, I have to be on that show. So, to get on the show would validate everything for me. You know, right now I'm in not such a great neighborhood, live in a rough area of town in Atlanta, and I'm not used to that. So it's kind of like I want to be in a better place in my life where I can provide for myself and my partner, and where we can have a better place to work, because right now we're crammed into a very small house. I want to win this money, win this show, not only to validate my artistic ability, but to provide a better place and a better atmosphere for my family, and to take that money and make it into something that can better my life. A bigger place to live in and work in, because that's what I do. I work and live where I live. I don't want a studio. I want an actual basement where I can have a full shop in the house, because there's no point in having two separate places of work and live. So my real goal for winning this show is to actually show what I can do, show that I'm creative, make my parents proud, make my partner proud, come back with a win.